Hi parents, it's Mr. Brandon. Today I'm here with another top 5 tips video. Today I'm going to be giving you my top 5 tips for behavior management that I use here in the classroom, and it may benefit you at home. So let's get started. So my first tip is to set expectations, and what I mean by setting expectations is to make sure your child knows what you expect of them behavior-wise. A great way to do this is to, let's say you're doing a game night. Game nights are super duper fun. I love doing game night with my family. It's a great way to bond, especially during this time. So before you start game night, you can always set the rules, set the expectations, say, oh, so-and-so, if we lose, are we gonna get upset? Make sure you set your expectations before a behavior issue starts. And that's a great way to be proactive and stop a behavior issue before it even gets started. So my second behavior management tip are these bad boys right here. So these are books that talk about emotions. This book is called When I Feel Sad. I also have one that's called When I Feel Angry. Reading books about emotions is a great way to be proactive with behavior management, and talking about emotions in general with your child is a great way to be proactive. It's also a great part of their development to talk about feelings and what we can do when we're feeling those feelings. Like these books, for example, talk about different coping mechanisms for each feeling. So let's say this one's called When I Feel Sad. It talks about different things that you can do when you're sad. You can talk to someone, you can color a picture, you can do something that makes you happy. And then my book that also goes, my book that's called When I Feel Angry, it talks about things that you can do when you're angry. Maybe you could listen to your favorite song, maybe you can color a picture, you can always talk to someone. Talking about emotions, especially with young children, is a fantastic idea, and it's a great way to be proactive with behavior management. So I'm going to start talking about behavior management systems. And my third tip is the Pom Pom jar system. So this is an incentive jar, also known as a Pom Pom jar. All you need to get one started is a jar and Pom Poms, super duper easy. I got this one from Target, but like I said, you just need a jar and Pom Poms. And what you could do is, if your child has behavior issues and they're not using their listening ears, you can use an incentive jar. What you could do is you can take a Sharpie, right on the side of the jar, you can do 3 different levels. Maybe the bottom level will be something simple, maybe a candy. Maybe the second one could be maybe a special activity. Maybe you could go for a walk as a family. And then the third one should be something really, really big that they want to work towards earning. So with an incentive jar, when you see your child making a good choice, or they did something super, they did something wonderful, or they showed expected behaviors, you could reward them by putting a pom-pom in the pom-pom jar. Once they fill up their pom-pom jar and start reaching the individual levels, they're rewarded. So like I said, maybe the bottom level could be maybe like a candy, something simple, get them excited. And the second level could be something more, and then the third level could be something more. It doesn't have to be 3 levels, you can do more than 3 levels, but I think this is a great tool to use at home for students that may, act out. Every 4-year-old or 5-year-old acts out, so this is a great behavior management system right here. My fourth tip is the use of a quiet cube or a quiet corner. So in the classroom, I have a quiet cube, which is a cube that has holes cut out. It's made out of wood, and the students can sit in it. And if the child is maybe having a tough moment, or maybe 2 children, maybe they're arguing over a toy, what I'll do is I'll say, you know what, let's go into the quiet cube and let's talk. And if it's a conflict between 2 students, I'll have them talk to each other, and I'll sit there and I'll let them facilitate the conversation. We'll talk about the issue and problem solve. And maybe if the child's having a tough time, I'll sit by the quiet cube with them and I'll talk about their feelings. Like I said earlier, talking about feelings is a great way to be proactive and active during behavior management. And I really enjoy the use of the quiet cube or a quiet corner because it's wonderful at helping to develop problem-solving skills, talking about emotions, social and emotional development. The possibilities are endless, and I think that's a great tool that you can use at home. So obviously you may not have a quiet cube at home, but you may have a quiet corner or a quiet area in your house. And that'd be a great area to set up a quiet area with books and maybe colors, soft pillows, that they can use to calm themselves down and self-soothe. So a quiet corner or a quiet cube is a great tool that you can use at home to help problem solve and if your child's having a really, really emotional moment, they can go in that quiet corner and they can calm themselves down and self-soothe with coloring, maybe listening to a favorite song or reading a book. And then of course you can talk to them as well. Talking about emotions is super duper important in the development of your child. So my fifth tip, and my favorite tip by far, so I use all these tips in the classroom, but this is my favorite tip by far, is red and green choices. Red and green choices is my favorite behavior management system to use because it wraps up all of my favorite tips in one. It deals with social and emotional development. It also deals with positive language. Positive language being, instead of saying no hitting, you can go, I need you to please keep your hands to yourself. So it deals with positive language in that regard. It also deals with expected behaviors, social and emotional development, and it's one of my favorite tools to use in the classroom. So if you go to Google and search in red and green choices, you can find a ton of information about using red and green choices at home. So good choices are green choices, and bad choices or not good choices are red choices. So if a child is making a green choice, I always give them positive praise, whether it's a high five, a hug, a fist bump. And I also use a red and green choices sticker chart. So when I see that child making green choices, I'll reward them with a sticker on their green choice sticker chart. And once they fill up their sticker chart, they get a prize. And they get to choose a very special prize from the prize bin. But they don't get to do that until they fill up their chart. And I believe there's at least 20 spots on the chart. So it usually takes the student maybe a week and a half or a week or two to fill up their chart. So they really have to work hard. And when they make red choices, I don't like being super overly negative, but I do remind the child, I'll go, so-and-so, you're really making a lot of so-and-so, you're making a lot of really red choices right now. When you're making red choices, I'm not able to reward you with green choice stickers for your green choice sticker chart. And I'm not able to do fun things with you when you're making red choices. So red and green choices deals a lot with positive guidance, which I absolutely love. So I also have some materials on red and green choices, but like I said, you can go to Google, search red and green choices. It is a great, great behavior management system, and I absolutely love using it because it deals with positive guidance, social and emotional development, talking about emotions, expected behaviors. It is a great, great, great behavior management tool, and I cannot stress how great it is. So thank you so much for joining me for my top 5 tips for behavior management. I can't wait to see you guys soon. I miss all the kids. I miss the parents. You guys are great. But I really, really do miss the kids. I miss everybody. And I can't wait until we're all together again soon. And I hope these videos help you guys at home. I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.